Da, 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 da. Hello everyone, welcome back to Rebel CB. This is the Manchester United versus Brentford preview. Apologies for not doing this yesterday. It was late at night again, and just couldn't do it late at night like that. This one just really would really be a great preview if I did it at night. But hello, Yash. It's very late for you, so thanks for showing up. Big match, yep. So yeah, Manchester United versus Brentford. Wait. Is this even wait? Hold on, wait. Is this at Old Trafford or the Brentford? I don't even know. Okay, I think it's at Brentford Stadium. Yeah, it's at Brentford Stadium. So my bad. It's the Brentford versus Manchester United review. So yeah, last time we faced Brentford at their home ground, we got a comfortable 3-1 win over them. And of course, at that time, our manager was Ralph Ragnick. But now, of course, some things have changed. Our squad's probably gotten worse, to be honest, since then. Because we lost Pogba and Matic and got Sandro, Eriksen, and Malacia, who are good players, but it's not enough, is it? And of course, I think a bit of transfer news as well. I think Adrian Rabiot to Manchester United is pretty much a done deal at this point. I thought on this deal, I don't like this deal at all. Um, I do think he's better than McTominay, but I have an encyclopedia of players who are better than McTominay. I mean, like bloody hell, Sean Longstaff is in the conversation for being better than Scott McTominay. That's maybe we should go for him. So so yeah, we should really. I don't think this is a good idea. Of course, I back Rabiot, but I just don't think this is a good idea. And yeah, I've man Rabiot, yeah. I did on encyclopedia, yeah. So and like I think like 17 million for Rabiot as well. Like I think that's a bit too much to be honest. I know he only has 1 year left on his contract, and we are getting him on the cheap, but I still think it's a bit too much. I mean, this is a guy who hasn't even played for France, has he, in quite a while, and I just don't think it's a good idea. But what I will say is that if we can get, you still think De Jong will get done? I think De Jong will get done because I cannot accept Manchester United's going through because for Jadon Sancho, when we lost Sancho, we were at least focusing on other targets. We were at least being linked to like Shield, and we were being linked to left backs like Regulon. We were at least being linked to other players. But because of this Frankie De Jong deal, we have not gotten any other players done. I think Lisandro, we got that deal done, but we just splashed cash at Ajax. And then Eriksen was a free, and Malacia was a 12 million deal. So if we mess up this Frankie, because we haven't done any other big deals apart from Lisandro, because we were focusing on the Frankie De Jong deal, or so is like that's what the United, that's what Murta and Arnold claim. So if we don't get this De Jong deal done, I think that's a sackable offense, to be honest. I mean, they were in bloody Barcelona, and like what were they doing there? Sightseeing, enjoying a nice polo or something, enjoying some nice Barcelona cuisines. Like, what the fuck were they doing in Barcelona? Like, bloody hell. We need to get the young deal. We need to get this young deal done. I think Chelsea can come in, and it's tough. I think the only thing that we have to cling on to right now is that De Jong chooses us over Chelsea because of Eric Ten Hag. But he wants to play football, so it depends on what he wants. Does he want to be with his former manager, or does he want to have to take football? Depends on which one he wants more. But I don't think he'll stay at Barcelona. I think that's for sure. He will not stay at Barcelona. Especially like they were trying to really sue him. Like the treatment of Frankie De Jong's been appalling. Yeah, hopefully some updates happen. Yeah, like the treatment of Frankie De Jong has been absolutely appalling by Barcelona. I mean, even I'm trying to think of an example here. I mean, I can't think of a player who was treated like this. We know players that have been like Schweinsteiger was pretty much abused by Mourinho. He had to train with the youths, but he wasn't really sued, was he? The way Boston handled the situation is so bad, and the fact that they're going, we cannot pay. We are in financial debt. We are pretty much we are broke. We cannot pay the 15 million of wages, and then they go on and spend 50 million on Rafinha, at least 50 million on Kunde, around 45 to 50 million on Robert Lewandowski, and I think there was one more. forgot who else they signed. They signed more than three players, that's for sure. I think Alonso for around 15 million. And then they signed one more player. Wait, I'm just checking here on football. I know they signed someone else. Give me a sec. Oh, yeah, by the way, congratulations to Cristiano Ronaldo. He's been nominated for Christensen and Kessie also. Yeah, yeah. But those were free signings. I know they made one more expensive signing, I believe. But yeah, so yeah, congratulations to Cristiano Ronaldo. He was in the Ballon d'Or nomination and justifiably so. He was, him and De Gea carried this United team last season. Second top goal scorer in the Premier League at age 37. Absolutely incredible. So yeah, congrats, Ronnie. And yeah, so um, look at the okay, my bad. So yeah, so Boston. I don't know what they're on, man. Like over almost 200 million. No, okay, at least 160 million spent on transfers, and they can't pay 15 million for De Jong. That's just. I don't see Ronaldo leaving. I think. I don't think. But yeah, congrats to him. Yeah, I don't think he will leave because I don't think any other club would want him right now. To be honest with you, but let's see. Never know what can happen. I do think he'll. And anything can happen because Jordan Mendes, he found a move to United last summer at like the last 2 or 3 days of a transfer window. So we can't and nothing's a done deal until this transfer window is over. But hopefully, we do manage to keep our Portuguese superstar. So yeah, and also I just want to talk about a bit about this. So Michael Knighton, if you don't know who he is, he was Manchester United's owner, I believe, at around 1989, and then due to some media issues, he decided to sell the club, and he was a part of the board for 3 years. Huge trust Knighton because from what I've seen, from what I've heard of him, he seems to be pretty. I think he does want the best for Manchester United, and he's done multiple interviews, including one on the United Stand website, and he said that basically I think what his plan is to organize the money around 3.5 billion or something like that, I think, and try to buy Manchester United. But he doesn't want to remain the Manchester United owner. What he wants to do, he wants to buy Manchester United, and then he wants to pretty much transfer list Manchester United. So if this does happen, the Glazers won't be Manchester United's owner, and we will be under an ownership that actually cares about Manchester United. The problem is that they aren't like he isn't rich. He isn't really rich. He's just trying to organize the money to buy Manchester United, but he'll have nothing in the tank left. If he manages to buy Manchester United, there'll be no money left in the bank. So what he's trying to do is basically what he's trying to first get the get the get the club, get the money and send the Glazers back to America. But actually, they're already in America. But strip the ownership of the Glazers by chucking a bunch of money at them. And what I think, in my opinion, as fans, what our job is to support that and be like, this is a fair bid. Now get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. This is a fair bid. You're gonna make money back. This is what Manchester United is worth. Get the fuck out of our club, and then Knighton's gonna be our owner. And then what he's gonna do? He's gonna pretty much put the club. It's gonna be for sale. The club's gonna be for sale, and this will be like how Chelsea was a few months ago. There'll be like at least 10 bids coming in from different billionaires, and then we as United fans can choose. Which owner we want, and then Knighton can be like, okay, the fans want this owner, so I'll sell the club to him, and then Knighton get his money back, and then we'll get the ownership back, and then we'll have proper owners, billionaires who will invest properly into this football club, who actually like this football club. And one name that's been mentioned a lot is Sir Jim Ratcliffe, I think it is. He's a billionaire. Apparently, he's a Manchester United fan, and he was one of the billionaires who was trying to buy Chelsea. So he would be nice. I can't wait for the protest though on the Liverpool game. There, yeah, I have a feeling, maybe not a feeling, but like I think there's a chance that the Liverpool game and will be cancelled, like last time. But of course, we did have to like play 3 games in 1 week in the Premier League. After that, so that's a bit messed up. So yeah. So getting out to the Brentford was the night game. Um, Brentford, very good side, of course. Thomas Frank is a fantastic manager, and of course, I think it's just I think it's his debuts. Mikael Damsgaard's, to be honest, I only know him because of the Euros and that fantastic free kick that he scored against England to pick up the protest. The protest might be bigger than the last year. Yeah, that probably will be. The problem with some people is, and I go on to dance against and this is by shirt. That's the thing. With the protest, it needs to be an organized protest by fan groups. It can't just be a Twitter campaign. Yeah, it can't just be a Twitter campaign. What it needs to be is it needs to be an organized protest with Musk, the Red Army, and all these fan groups coming together and trying to, unite a fan base. And because that's what happened last time. The protest started with a Twitter campaign, and then you fan groups actually started to organize a protest. So if that can happen this time, then there may be then this protest probably will be successful. Um, so yeah, it's going to be interesting. And of course, like going back to the Brentford game, Mikel Damsgaard, I'm pretty sure this is his debuts for Brentford. So I think he probably should start, to be honest, because he is probably one of their better players now. Now that he has gotten into the sides. I'm just checking. So Brentford versus who did they face last time? They faced Brentford, and no, he was not in the team. I wasn't in a team. So yeah, Dumb Scott's debuts, and I really hope one key thing is that I think Ten Hag he has to make some changes tomorrow. Varane in from okay. Let's get into the starting lineup then, because I'm talking about the players like that the team anyways. So yeah, here we go. So 4-2-3-1 B. Da-da-da. All right. So in goal, of course, David De Gea, no questions asked. Uh, then centre backs, I would go for Varane and Martinez. I think it has to be Varane and Martinez. We cannot keep on starting Harry Maguire. The definition of insanity is to repeat the same thing again and again and expect a different outcome. And starting Harry Maguire time after time after time again and expecting to keep a clean sheet is madness. Madness. So yeah, at right back, Gallo. At left back, I think between Sean Malasia, Kevin Martinez is Bai leaving. I think he is. He wants to leave. He wants to get first in football. So yeah, I think Bai will leave Manchester United for around 15 million. I think. Left back, I'll go for Malasia. I sure already have a good game last against Brighton, and I think Malasia is ready. Two midfielders, I'll have to go for. You know what? I'll go for Ghana. I would. Okay, I'm Ghana. I know it's a risk. I know it's a very big risk. But Fred wasn't much better than McTominay. And McTominay was absolutely atrocious against Brighton. I would start James Garner. I think I really would. And it's not like you have to keep him on the pitch. If he's having a bad game, then you can take him off at halftime. Like if the pressure's too much for him, just take him off at halftime or something. But I would say start James Garner. Honestly. I would start James Garner. Yes, play the youths. Yeah. And you can even place Zidane. Iqbal, I think Gordon has a bit more experience to than Iqbal, which is why I put him in the team instead of which is why I put Gordon in the team instead of Iqbal. Then next midfielder, I'll go for Ericsson because Ericsson can play as number 8, and he was at times playing in a bit of a deeper role against Brighton. At Cam, I would go for Bruno because we don't really have anyone else in that position. We have Ericsson, but I think he'll be better for us. It'll be better for the team if he plays as a box player behind Bruno. And then at after nights, so front three, I think Ronaldo is ready to start this game. He played 2 games last week. Last week, over this week, he has played 2 games. He will comments. Yeah, Garnacho also. Yeah, Garnacho, but I think he's really, really young, so I don't think Ten Hag would give a chance to him. Like not a chance. Like I don't think he'll start him though. But I hope off the bench of the. I think Ronaldo will start. He played 2 games this week. played like most of the second half against Brighton, and we looked better with Ronaldo on the pitch. So yeah, off the rights, Jadon Sancho, and then off the left, I would have a lot of Martial if he was fit, but I don't think he is fit for this game. So it's got to be Marcus Rashford. And Marcus Rashford, I'm saying it right now, Marcus, he has to score today. I know it's a bit pressurizing to say that, but he has to score today. It's been or at least 10 games since he scored a goal for Manchester United. This can't go on. He's a Manchester United forward. You're expected to score in almost every single game you play. And yes, Sancho has already done that, but he's a new signing. He's adjusting to the Premier League. Now he looks much better. So yeah, this is a team that I would start up against Brentford, De Gea, Varane, Martinez, Malacia, Dalot, Connor, Ericsson, Rashford, Bruno, Sancho, and Cristiano Ronaldo. So yeah, hopefully that will be the lineup because I think that'll be a pretty good lineup. Of course, some other players apart from Damsgaard who can be a threat from Brentford or Tony is of course a very good striker. Mbuemo's a decent player, talented player. And defense, David Rice, of course, a fantastic goalkeeper. Yeah, good team need to change things up. Yeah, we definitely do need to change things up because we cannot repeat. We cannot start the same players that failed against Brighton. At least for that. So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Hopefully, we can get a good win against Brentford. My score prediction is okay. Fuck. Yeah. So yeah, my score prediction for this game is I'm gonna say 3-0 to United because I just think we need that. We need a bit of positivity in the fan base, and a 3-0 win. It would be great for us. And I'm gonna say a Ronaldo brace and then a goal from Sancho. That would be nice. So yeah, it's a must win. Yeah, it's a must win because we're playing Liverpool next, and I don't have the confidence in this team to even get a draw against Liverpool. So if we lose against Brentford, and then we probably will lose against Liverpool, 0 points from the first nine. I'm telling you, if we get 0 points from our first 3 games of the season, there'll be riots, actual riots outside Old Trafford. And I almost want it to happen. Of course, I don't want it to happen, but I almost want it to happen just to see the amount of backlash that the players will receive from this. And yeah, and in my opinion, to save this transfer window, 3 signings at least. I'm saying De Jong, Anthony, at least. You have to get 2 of them. You have to get De Jong and Anthony, and then you can get another midfielder. I think even Rabiot will be fine because I don't really think Rabiot is good enough for United. But if we get Rabiot and De Jong, I'm fine with that because we'll at least be getting 2 midfielders and it'll probably be our starting and they'll probably be in our starting team. So no more McFred would be so happy. I would so be at peace with that. So yeah, we need to get a win here. Um, and yeah, I think Tielemans, I think Rabiot, maybe even a right back like Dumfries, if just get another targets, and along with De Jong and Anthony, I think that could rescue this transfer window. And I remember what Richard Arnold said in that pub in a pub talk with the fans. He cannot, he cannot, he said that we have the money, we have to Ten Hag will get his targets. He was talking about all this shit. If we end up having a crap transfer window, we already know he's a liar. He is a liar. Hopefully, we look at some other midfielders like Neves or Tielemans. I don't. We won't go for Neves. He's like Bulls would want at least 60 million. It's the second week. It's like the last in the last few weeks of the transfer window. Even they will not sell Neves for less than 60 million. So that's the problem. So yeah. So yeah, hopefully we can get a win. And of course today will be today's match day, of course, so there will be a watch along on it. I will see so on it light. But we don't know if we lied yet. But if we don't end up having a good transfer window, then yes, then we can't confirm that he is a bloody liar. So yeah. So yeah, of course, watch along, of course, today on Red Devils TV, and hopefully you can stay tuned for that. And try to get Neil on. I'm not sure if he'll be available. It's a Saturday, so I think he will be actually. But yeah, let's see. So yeah. Anyways, guys, stop today's video. If you enjoyed, which is smash the like button and subscribe if you're new. Drop us notifications to be notified when we upload the next video. And thanks for Yash for tuning in and being in the chats. It's made it more interactive, which is nice. So yeah, I'll see you guys later for the Brentford